come now, honey. Oh, go right ahead, sweetheart. Darling, I don't hardly recognise this place no more. Everything's changed since those silly immaculates came into vogue. The miners, they used to spend their last penny on a backwards glance from yours truly. But now, they'd rather pray than play. Ugh, I just don't understand it.
That are all my prayers.
They just stand around and praise the so-called goddess all day long. I've no idea who she is, but apparently she gets her kicks from having blood sprayed all over her. Now, I knew a girl once who was into that kind of stuff. Her clients used to call her goddess and mistress too. But there was precious little divine about her.
Welcome to the Immaculate Fold.
Yes! I can feel the
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a... You must be a prize fighter. One look at you, and I'm knocked out. Me? I'm Ramon. I may not be a genie, but rub me right and I'll make your dreams come true.
Sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Even true love has a price angel face. Luckily for you, fine. Break my heart. At least I'll go to heaven and see you there. No questions, please. Ramon does not ponder. He does not wonder. He only loves.
Stay a while, darling. I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
You believe in the gods, baby. Give you the answer to all my prayers.
Quite a fine skeleton beneath that hide of yours, isn't there? Yes, a lovely, sturdy thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations, if treated properly.
Give you the answer to all my prayers.
Why don't you stay a while, darling?
You believe in the gods,
I
baby.
could take you on
Give you
a
the answer to
wild
all my
ride if
prayers.
you let me.
Watch where you're going. These beauties will pierce you to the bone. So, do you fancy a trade then? Come now, before my ale arrives.
In the gods, baby. Give you the answer to all my prayers.
Ever shot a bullseye in your sleep? Well, no wonder with your skill book as empty as all that.
You believe in the gods, baby. Give you the answer to all my prayers.
Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
Business is booming year-round now that the mines are closed. Better to spend a day with a pint than a pickaxe.
Oh, those damn toll trolls are such a nuisance. I lose a fortune each time I travel to Hunter's Edge.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star every time you brighten my
Let
Hey,
me.
I'd have a galaxy in my hand.
You there! Back off! Bicky boom! One more step and Bicky boom!
No, don't go! Please help me! That thing is keeping me trapped here! It's crazy! It'll kill me!
Calm down. We're not coming any closer. Let's just talk about this. Yes, don't worry, miss. We'll get you out of this fix somehow.
Princess keep her trap shut or bitty boom. No
Gods, the fuse is getting shorter. Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop talking, naughty princess! Leave fuse alone or boom!
7, have mercy on your soul.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You saved my life. It was that cur of a Frederick that did this to me. He locked me in here with that ridiculous creature. Dear me, I need to get out of this room. Yes, I'll go downstairs to catch a breath of fresh air, but do come and talk to me again if you want to hear more about what transpired here. My thanks once more, sweet hero.
Enjoying your stay in Silver Glen, I trust?
Please.
Beware. When it first started to appear, rot began to undo us more successfully than marauding orcs could. But then she came, the conduit.
So good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
Honoured to meet you. Wish I was a source hunter. Dangerous line of work. But it's a damn sight more glorious than being a legionnaire. Better to evacuate this place while there's still some left to save, I say. Go while the going's good.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it is.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Salutations, Source Hunter. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try and screech, woman. The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maul, have you?
Honoured to meet you. Wish I was a source hunter. Dangerous line of work, but it's a damn sight more glorious than being a legionnaire.
Beast Furious. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
any real damage. Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it.
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real.
Oh, what now?
May the goddess guide you through the forest and keep you safe.
Psst. Over here, Hunter. It's me. News from the mines.
No news, sir. Goblins will slice us to ribbons if we approach the bridge.
Unacceptable. I want those goblins out of my mine by yesterday. Send another man. As many as it takes.
We haven't enough men among us to take on even a few of them, sir.
Are you deaf? I said I want those goblins out! Make it happen, even if you have to spear Drexis yourself.
Source Hunter, are you? What brings you to this neck of the woods? The goblins? The orcs? The cult? Or the whole pretty bouquet? Don't be surprised if you hear more than a few unkind words about yours truly around town. An overseer's got to enforce his share of unpopular guild decisions, you know. I'm finished with this one pony rodeo, though. I did my best by these roughnecks. Now it's time for old Brandon to take a load off. In fact, you may be able to help speed my retirement plan along.
Let's hear the details.
I must say, I'm also in.
Oh, I knew a source hunter'd perk up at the sound of a challenge.
Between you and me, the Troll King's sitting on a piece of treasure of more value than even he knows. A metal called tenebrium that can fetch a prettier sum than its weight in gold. I intend to lift it, sell it, and live out the rest of me days in comfort.
The devil's in the details, though, and I haven't managed to find a way to access the King's Cave, much less make off with the stuff without being noticed. But you're a source hunter. You can sniff out any point of mystery.
So let's make a deal, You find the tenebrium and bring it to me, and I'll deliver you a few pieces of information about Silverglen, and Lawrence in particular, that are sure to make your mouth water.
I wouldn't wish the Ross on me worst enemy, though.
So let me give you a little something to contain the tenebrium bars. It's lined with the fragments of a special stone that keeps rats' ill effects at bay.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't
Apart
have
from Gungir's stature and incurable case of the uglies, is not so different from a parakeet. Got a brain the size of a pea, and a fervent passion for all things bright and shiny. The nutty oaf sits on a river of silver beneath these mines, but leases it to the mining company for a fraction of its worth in gold. He'd rather put those hefty minions of his on toll duty than mine these hills himself for 5 times the reward. I can't be certain myself where his cave is located, but at least one of those oaf lackeys of his must know where to look. They've got to do something with all the gold they've gathered in the course of guarding those damn bridges, haven't they? I'm no man to refuse a source hunter. Ask away, friend. Rot! You're a curious sort of fella, aren't you? Ask around. Half the men here have a brother who died from it. The other half were cured by that cult. A strange sort of substance, discovered here around 2 years ago, and folks have been clamouring to get their paws on the rancid stuff ever since. To the right buyer, it's worth more than diamonds. That circus rolled into town shortly after the tenebrium was discovered. Some freak woman with a freak gemstone managed to cure rot by some strange magic and convinced most of the locals that she were the conduit of the goddess or some such tripe. I remember him well. Decent man, strong-backed, with something of a funny accent, no? He managed to leave Silverglen alive, but as I recall, the symptoms of rot were already upon him.
A source hunter! My liege, I am at your disposal. I am Lawrence, the representative of the mining guild responsible for operations in Silverglen. Please, valiant hunter, let us know how we can assist you. Oh, I am no one special. Merely a humble servant of the guild and shepherd to the happy flock of miners within this settlement. My only cause for complaint, Your Grace, are these awful goblins. They're starving us out, refusing even a single honest miner his right to work. Perhaps, my most upright highness, you might be able to help us with this little problem. Enough to know the whole institution has been a blight on productivity. With the blessings of the conduit to replace a sense of a job well done, the miners care hardly at all for getting the mines back in good working order. Preposterous! What does that foreigner know about the affairs of Silver Glen? You do best to do as I do, my liege, and turn a deaf ear to her insane accusations. You must forgive me if I become somewhat overcome when discussing it, my liege. To think how I've been betrayed. To think how the humble miners of Silver Glen suffer. I invited a tribe of goblins to assist us in clearing the tenebrium from our mine, you see. The leader of the troop, a certain spitting Satan named Drexis, promised to clear the tenebrium and be gone. When the job was done, though, he and his band of totem-brained fiends refused to vacate. They've kept close guard of the bridges to the mine since, and they'll slice whoever dares approach them into ribbons. These goblins follow Drexis like lemmings, Your Grace, and if only I could undo the traitor, they'd slither back to the swamp they crawled from. Please, Your Grace, I am completely at your disposal. Ah, yes. Ben. Of course, one of our many noble miners, Your Grace. A smallish man. I believe he's around here somewhere, isn't he? Yes, a dreadful business, that. I've been fortunate enough to avoid the sickness so far, my liege, but my heart truly breaks for the families of those who've been afflicted. You see, my liege, when a miner has been overlong exposed to tenebrium, he begins showing certain symptoms. Gangrene about the extremities, fatigue, malaise. At first, we attributed these symptoms to, well, to poor diet, laziness, and general malingering. Had we known then what we've since discovered, we never would have continued operations. But alas, mistakes were made, and those we lost can never be brought back, no matter what that crackpot conduit would have one believe. Useless stuff, my liege, worse than common dirt, but 10 times as difficult to extract and infinitely more dangerous. If only we'd known in advance the terrible effect rot would have, we would have stopped trying to clear it immediately. My liege, you ought not to concern yourself with the fraudulent leader of a crackpot cult. Really, the whole affair is an utter embarrassment to Silver Glen. Some insane huckster calling herself the conduit of the goddess made her way to Silver Glen at the height of the rot's hold on our miners. The people were desperate, you see. When by magic or illusion she managed to cure a handful of them of the affliction, every last one of the bunch began speaking of her as though she were some messiah. Now most of the town is taken with her little cult of immaculates, as she calls them. Fortunately for her, she disappeared shortly after her little trick. Or I would have thrown her into prison and swallowed the key myself. Imagine hypnotizing an entire town with nothing more than snake oil. Those brutes! I invited them here to save our valued miners from the ill effects of clearing tenebrium, and those interlopers met my invitation with a hostile takeover. They haven't allowed a single human miner past them in months, and meanwhile my men have all but forgotten their vocation and turned instead to their damned religion. Hello again, Your Grace.
striking it rich!
What a wild ride, if you let me.
Tell me, sweetie, you have someone, or you always been fun?
Troll toll! Troll toll, if you please. It may be pointless, life may be pointless, but the toll needs to be paid. It's all the goblins' fault. They cut the ropes to prevent you humans from going to the mines below. Ropeless, pointless, and yet I must cry for toll. How could it be? My life is like the bridge behind me. It goes nowhere. Loneliness such as this, how it weighs, how it burdens. Dear me, why? I stand here day and night. Humans hate me, for I must take their gold for no good reason at all. Even among my own I find no companionship. Troll toll is all I think about. Once, though, I was happy. A girl, one of your very own kind, used to pass by daily. She was bright and young and gay. She smiled. She bade me good morning. She told me about the dreams that had come to her in the night, but then she left for a faraway land. She is gone, and I have been lonely ever since. Oh, if only a jolly young girl would come to talk to me once more. He is the king of Lucula Forest, and a most formidable troll indeed. I do not even like to talk about him, for fear he might find out and crush my skull like a walnut. Archibald, though, Archibald may be willing to speak. His fine mind makes him bold, Find Archibald, a proud troll and troll father, if you wish to know about the king. We ask for toll because our king commands us to. He is mad for gold, all his senses crave it. Gold is his life, and therefore it is my life too. Even though I care more for the daisies in the fields than I could ever care for cold, dead metal, no matter how pretty its luster. 1,000 gold coins, such is the toll I must ask. So, let's have the troll toll, if you please.
Fine, here's the toll.
After all,
The toll has been paid, and I thank you for it. From the heart of my bottom, I apologise that you have paid good money to cross a broken bridge. Leave me, like she left me, my bonny lass. Would that another would come. Would that another would come and ask, "How are you, Fumble?"
Come here,
Look at you, Sugar. Oh, I could take you on a ride neither of us would soon forget. Is he a gentle troll? Would he benefit from my particular expertise, you think? It is strange, but, well, if you're willing to pay me on behalf of your toll-taking friends, I'll be glad to keep him company. I do believe 2,050 gold. And I'll take that gold. Cheers, darling. Well, I guess I'll be off to visit Mr. Troll then. He's the one closest to town, yeah? At least I won't have to run far if he gets too fidgety. See you around, sweetheart.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have someone...
So unless I'm very much mistaken, we just paid a courtesan to cheer up a lonely troll.
Yeah, I guess we might have overstepped the mark there.
And then some. Perhaps we should go and check if she's doing okay.
Every time you brighten my day...
Sweet relief.
On the mend!
I feel better already.
Good goddess above. Have you ever seen a creature more pathetic?
And so she asked, Granny, what do you have such large and hairy ears? To which Granny replied,
I just cannot believe it. Fumble and Ruby.
So that I can hear you better, my dear.
No, be careful, little Red Riding Hood. It's the wolf, the nasty wolf.
She just lay there quiet as a mouse.
Says more about you than it does about her.
I'm kind of in the middle of something here, Sugar. Fumble just can't get enough of my stories. Such a sweet old thing he is. The poor darling felt all alone in the wide world, but now he's pleased as peppers. And to say true, I am too.
friend, champion of my heart. I cannot describe my rapture. A ruby you have brought me, more precious than any other on this earth. Happiness, he has returned in all his sunny glory. For this unparalleled service, I must repay you. Have it back, the fee you paid on my behalf. Let sordid gold not stand between our friendship. My thanks, oh champion of my soul, my undying thanks.
Here we are. We only have ourselves for company, but he gets to stare in Ruby's eyes all the livelong day.
Her eyes, and lots besides.
then she asked,
Lucky son of a troll, that one. How did he ever manage it?
Such
Perhaps
big,
he
shiny
enchanted her.
eyes. To
Perhaps
which
he sees him as a
Granny
handsome
replied,
prince or something. Crafty devil, that fumble.
Better, my dear.
Dear, oh Ruby.
defining touch!
No glory in this death.
I think I know the chorus of this one.
Life roils within these veins.
My flesh melts before my eyes!
Time to apply some pressure.
Your enemies are my prey, Source Hunter. Would you care to hear a little tale?
treason!
Meet your demise!
I'll defend you till my death rattle.
I feel better already!
Stay back, my friend.
Back on my feet again. Last-ditching time, eh, my friends?
Burn for me.
Sweet relief! Where there's smoke, there's fire! Face the unending darkness!
As good as a new penny.
Troll toll. Pay the toll, human, or I'll squeeze you like a funny yellow fruit. I am Grumble. And when I roar, the birds take flight. The airs head for the horizon. The goblins pray to their totems, And the earth itself thinks it's about to quake. So be forthcoming, human, or my roar will shatter your eardrums, and you will meet your death in crushing silence. Broken? What rot? The bridge is perfectly fine. Sturdy as if it was built yesterday. Oh, but you're trying to be clever, aren't you? You want me to turn so you can run without paying. You are unworthy to hear of the king. You must pay to walk his lands. But you must not make him the topic of idle conversation. Oh, I can't believe Fine, I shall tell you. Our king lives in a great cave here in the woods, by the canyon that leads to the mine. But a mere wanderer won't find him so easily. The cave is here, yeah, but its true nature lies in the realm of fairy. Enter if you must, but only stone will greet you. Magic is needed to see the king, and I have no head for magic. Ask one of the other trolls. Ask YecchyBird. He's the one with brains, that one. He knows that 3 and 5 make... What 3 and 5 make? Yeah, ask him. 1,000 gold coins, but...
I think not, troll. Let's see what kind of stuff you're made of.
Let's teach this here troll there's no money to be had from us.
Those who refuse are my favourites. Time to wrench the life from your weak little frame.
Serenade us, Nick!
What do you think, Source Hunter? Shall I start shredding from the top or the bottom?
his paw!
Stay back, my friend.
Don't look at me like that. It's not as though I'm enjoying this.
My bangs sink deep. Advice! I invoke the fervor of flame! The time of your death is at hand!
You mean, maybe I shouldn't have bashed his skull so hard?
What I mean is maybe you oughtn't have bashed him at all.
He's goblin. What do you expect me to do?
Was?
Huh?
He was a goblin. You bashed him to death.
And what's wrong with that exactly?
Maybe he wanted to talk. Maybe he was having a bad day. Maybe he wants to tell us a secret.
Well, how was I supposed to?
How was you supposed to know not to bash everything with a pulse?
Well, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you now, little friend. You ain't got to bash everything you meet, only some.
Are you really really sure about all this? Sure as I am that Gratiilda will crack your skull if you look at her wrong. Well, that's awfully sure. That's what I'm telling you!